It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show. Our daily mission is to bring you news that you can use. Our Twitter handle is at the Mike Prince Show. YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. Website, obnradio.com. And our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. We normally have news and notes on today. We're going to have a briefing of that, but we have a special episode of Coach Sandy Pugh of the Prairie A&M University Panthers women's basketball program. We'll switch right over to the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union hotline in just a moment to hear that exclusive interview. We want to give congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers winning their 17th title. Also, have prayers going out for Dak Prescott, horrific injury that he suffered on Sunday. Horrible incident. And on a brighter side, those who may have missed the Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show have Mr. KJ Black as our special guest on Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union hotline. Great feedback from that. He is now the offensive coordinator for the FAMU Rattlers. Good conversation piece there. You can go back to the archive section and check that out. But as always, we intend to keep the coverage coming, keep the updates coming, and keep spreading the love on our HBCU sports and beyond. We're going to transition over now to hear Coach Sandy Pugh as she talks about the Panthers women's basketball team.
Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union has 13 different locations to better serve you. Locations in Rosenberg, Missouri City, Katy, College Station, Bryan, Brenham, and Waller, Texas. For more information, you can contact them on their toll-free number, 855-391-2149. Or you can send an email to information@bvscu.org.
The radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union hotline. We have on the line with us a long time no hear from individual, women's basketball coach for the Prairie A&M University Panthers, Coach Sandy Pugh. How you doing today, Coach?
Hey, Mike, I'm doing great. Happy to be here and excited about everything that's coming down the pipeline.
Well, we're excited as well. The NCAA has just released a start date for you guys, and there's been a lot going on between now and then. And before we get into that, you guys have been okay as far as the COVID strain and attacks? Everybody's safe and out of harm's way?
Yes. We were safe and out of harm's way, and definitely doing the best practices that they've given us, and so far so good.
Very good, very good. Now that things are getting somewhat back to normal, it'll never be the way it used to be, but you get the news of a November 25th start date where things will be targeted. What and how have you guys made the adjustments to get prepared for that launch date?
We didn't have a summer, and basically we didn't have a preseason either. Last week was our first week of any type of team interaction. And then this week we finished that up. And then next Thursday we start regular season practice. So you figure 2.5 weeks of any type of preseason with no spring, no summer. And then it's time to roll. I've already had one kid go down with an injury, just pull ham. But, it's just tough all the way around, Mike. I mean, it's trying to, keep the kids mentally in tune, trying to stay mentally focused yourself, keep your staff up to abreast. It's just been a tough time, but I think it's been tough for everybody in their own way, Some have it a little bit harder than others, but we're fighters. We're fighting, and, we're hanging tough, and we're just going to try to, keep the faith and keep working toward getting these kids as healthy as possible, put the best brand of product we can out on the floor. November 25th will be here very quickly. And, it's time to roll. We'll have a home game on the 25th, and then I think we have another game on that weekend, and then we take it to the road, hitting the meat and potatoes. But I tell you what, when I sit back and look at everything that's happened to get to this point, there's been a lot of frustrating days. There's been a lot of, days where you just, shaking your head because seemingly, there was nothing coming down quick enough. As a coach, you want to know the information so you can operate accordingly, and it was slow to come out of from the NC2A, but when it finally hit, I think all of us as coaches were really relieved that we knew we had a date. We knew we were going to be able to play on this particular date, and so now we can just, get our teams as best prepared as we can and go forward.
We're talking right now with Coach Sandy Pugh on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. Made the mention of some games that are scheduled. Are you at liberty to share what those games are? I know it's been abbreviated with adjustments, so could you share with us what games you do have before you get into conference play?
Colorado on December the 2nd, at SMU on December 9th, at Texas A&M on the 16th of December, South Padre Island Tournament 18th, 19th, and then we kick off with at Southern on January 2nd.
Okay, and your home game will be against whom?
November 25th and 28th against a couple of NAI opponents. Talladega will be an exhibition on the 25th, and Philander Smith on the 28th, and North American, new program here out of Houston, will be on December the 14th. Yeah, and then we ready for the conference swing. So we're going to have 2 tough ones on the road to start out. So excited about just getting going. I'm ready to get going and trying to get the kids in the best shape possible so that they can compete. I really like this team. We've had 4 team workouts where we had the whole team out there. You're not really able to put in anything specific, but you can, go up and down and do some basic fundamental work, stuff like that. So good athletes, got some good size out there. KP, Ken Hurd, Diana look good. You can tell that they've grown and matured in their game, so I'm excited about that. Got some new kids out there. People need to keep an eye on. I think Tamirical Taylor will be special. Not sure if one of our other transfers is going to get a waiver, because she came closer to home. The Tyler kid, she was a leading scorer down at Rio Grande Valley last year. So I think those kids are going to do some great things. The Lana Thompson kid from Katy, she can shoot it with the best of them. The kid from Klein up here, Klein, I think she's going to come into her own. She's a tremendous shot blocker. Got a kid out of 6'4" from Arkansas that I just think she's so hungry, and she pushes the coaches, and she's just going to continue to get better and better with every workout and practice. And a couple of walk-ons are out there, so excited about the energy that the kids are bringing, and I just think that we're gonna get this thing rolling, and I think the fans are gonna really enjoy watching them play and the style of game. I tweaked the offense a little bit to make it more fluid, less standing around. So excited about that. So it's an interesting time, but it's also I'm totally optimistic that it's going to be an incredible season.
Very good. Once again, we're speaking with Coach Sandy Pugh on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. Now, Coach, with the adjustments that have to be made, what are some things that you find yourself practicing now as far as handling your team that you didn't have to think about in times past?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and I shared this with some coaches the other day. I said, as I've gotten older, I think I've gotten more patient. I with them, and I think I appreciate teaching the game more than I ever did. Just watching them grow, learn, and get that aha moment where you're teaching something, and they're getting their reps in, and one of them will walk up and ask a question, and then I'll just turn and be like, yes, that's it. Where they made an assessment or analogy or something, and then they ask it, and you're like, that's it, and so that's amazing, and that's part of that coaching, teaching, that makes it just so much fun for me personally, and so and I think we have some kids out there that will make some amazing coaches one day, because they do love. They love the structure. They love the repetition. They love learning. And, when we used to have our Zoom meetings and stuff, they had a ton of questions. So I just think this team's going to continue to grow. I don't know if we're going to be a defensive team or a fast breaking, a combination or what yet. But I think that if we continue to move at the rate that they're moving, I think we can be all of the above and, be one of those teams that people really, really enjoy watching.
Very good. Now, we know that when the student athlete takes a break, even when they're training under their own terms, they don't ever come back in game shape, and that's part of what the training is for. Has it been that far off since you got your practices started that the normal non-game shape compared to this COVID stretch, is it a little bit more that you got to come back from the depths to recover?
You know what? I was really surprised because the high school kids came in far better condition than I would have expected. And then the returning kids, they worked out all summer with trainers at their home. So he's in shape right now. Ken Hurd is slowly working her way back in. And KP had lost like 20-some plus pounds this summer. And, we were really, concerned because you just shouldn't lose that many pounds that, it's such a short period of time. I think she's slowly built it back to where she needs to be, and her conditioning is following. So she looks good. She's shooting the basketball. Of course, she's one of the best passers you have. And, I just think that those three will be the foundation of what we do. I think the critical aspect is going to be what Taylor does, what we can get out of our bigs in that point guard position, because if you recall, the point guard position was a critical piece last year that we had all the injuries at. So having that stabilized and having kids come in, the Prairie Gandy, she was one of the top JUCO point guards in the state of Mississippi last year and in the nation, really. And so she's in here. She's working, good little athlete, mid-range jump shot, has a nice little runner, sees the floor general. Then we have a little walk-on. Tiffany Tullis, sisters here. And, she plays with a lot of swag. So, and Tamira Taylor played that position at FIU also, so she'll see time over there. So we're excited about what we have at every position. I think we're at least 2, possibly 3 deep at each slot. And so we'll probably only dress 11 or 12 every game. I have a couple of kids that are going to be sitting out, Geraldine Smith, Toy Smith. And, next year will be it's just add because we won't lose anyone. I have no seniors this year. Jira Cobb opted out. She, decided that she, didn't want to play her senior year, so she forgoed. And so, same team this year, same team next year with a few add-ons. So we're excited about that.
Very good. It sounds like you got a stacked house. That this is year number 3, and anyone that has followed a Coach Sandy Pugh led program, usually by year 3, she then came in and got her system in place and all the parts where they need to be, and becomes one smooth machine. And we're excited here at Panther Nation to see how that poses. Now, when you talk about your player that opts out, how does the NCAA handle that? Do they keep that person, quote unquote, on your books, or are they done away with? How is that handled, Coach?
No, you have to give them their full scholarship, and then they have the option of coming back the following year. There's nothing from a coaching perspective that you can do about it. You know, I mean, in a lot of aspects, as a coach, you know, you understand. You know, I mean, COVID is contrary to what some of the media have been saying. COVID is serious and extremely dangerous, and you understand. And so if a kid feels like, you know, that they don't want to take the chance, you know, and Jaira, you know, she's a large a woman. So, you know, I get it. And I support her choice 100%. And, you know, and we wish her all the best. And, you know, she's a senior. She only needed a couple credit hours. So, you know, she did what was best for her, and we support her. But you know, kids are opting out all over the, you know, country. I had one of my colleagues in the conference was sharing with me that his top returner opted out. So, I mean, it's happening. And, you know, what's so unique about the whole opt-out thing is there's no timeline on it. So, you know, you would think that they would say, okay, they need to opt out prior to October 1st or, you know, prior to arrival on campus or something, but there's no timeline. So a kid could literally walk in there on November the 25th and say, I'm opting out. You know, so you got to give them their scholarship for the whole year, not just the fall, but the spring. And then, you know, the conversations would happen next year about, you know, bringing them back or whatever. But you have to give them that scholarship for the year. So,
okay. Now, would they still be credited toward the APR books as far as the team would go?
Oh yeah. Anytime if they received aid the prior year, they're going to affect you if they don't come back or if they don't, you know, take care of business in the classroom. That'll affect your APR.
Okay. Well, man, you have definitely been a busy beaver. So I guess I'll take you off the short list then, since you've been so busy.
you gonna let me slide this time, Mike?
I'm gonna let you slide this time since you've been so busy. But we definitely are excited to hear that basketball will be back in the swing of things. Panthers basketball action, of course, representing the Southwestern Athletic Conference as they begin the new look 21 campaign. Man, it has been a roller coaster of a ride, Coach, but I've been holding on tight. I know you holding on tight, and we're going to enjoy what's left of this ride for the remaining of the year. How does that sound?
We're going to hold on tight. It's a merry-go-round, but we're going to hold on as tight as we can, Mike. Keep this thing, keep it, as they say, keep it in the center of the road.
Yes, ma'am. Keep it in the center of the road. And look, Coach, we know we've got to give you some last thoughts and comments before we shut this segment down, and the floor is now yours, ma'am.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to you for always being a gracious host and inviting me onto the show. It's greatly appreciated. We're looking forward to, you know, getting out here and putting our best foot forward in a very trying situation for everybody. I think I have some amazing kids. Prairie View has done an amazing job of putting forward protocols for us, and that we can, you know, just it's here, you know, providing product we need to make sure that we stay safe and the kids stay safe. So I definitely want to thank them for that. Dr. Reed is here, and I think through his leadership going forward, Prairie View is going to begin to do some amazing things. So I think, you know, that light is definitely at the end of that tunnel, and we continue to go forward. I think we definitely have brighter days. So much appreciation to everyone who's been supportive of us, especially of women's basketball and Prairie View in general. I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Well, you are more than welcome, ma'am, and I guess I could be the official voice for those who have heard the message and say continue on and go Panthers. She is Coach Sandy Pugh of the Prairie View A&M University Women's Basketball Program. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you guys so much for joining us on our Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union hotline. My time has come where I must exit stage left for right now, but I want to remind you guys that you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. The website, obnradio.com, and our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And until the next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.